Okay, we are live. Hello to who's on the screen? Lester, Matt, Troublemaker. Hello to Beta Ray Bob and Eric and Low One Bo2. And hello to JoeFan and McLord and MCDJ ACDC and JoeFan again. Hello, everybody. I'm back. We are live. Sorry about missing last week. I was really exhausted last week. But even so, I always regret missing a live show. Hello, Payne's Toy Samples. Nice to see you there. Hello, Matt. I have lots to show and lots to do this evening. I have notes, so I will hopefully not forget anything. Hello, Cobra Island. Hello, Terrence. Yeah, I try to start early when I'm able to, just in case there are any technical issues, because sometimes I have had technical issues, and I don't want to start late. So, I try to start early in case there's something I need to fix. Hello, James and Wilkinson Studios and Project Dark Corp. Hello, everyone. Thanks for being here. It's nice to see everybody. Looks like the usual suspects. Hello, Draws and Photo Viper and White Vegeta. Nice to see you. It's really nice to see you guys. I really missed you. Hello, Andrew. Andrew, the guy's so nice they named him twice. Hello, thank you, Josiah. Yes. Starting a bit early. In case I have technical difficulties, I'll have time to figure it out and fix it, so I don't have to start late. So it's kind of like a test run, It's a test run, except for it's the real run. Hello, Yojo. Hello, Oklahoma from the Lone Star State. Hello, Lone Star State from the United States. Nice to see you. Thank you very much for being here. Our neighbors to the south. I have so much. Hello, Johnny. Yes. See, Matt. Yeah, the usual suspects. Hello, Charlie. Nice to see you. Thank you for being here. I have so much. Hold on, let me go through a little bit. Yes, Cobra Island is the usual suspect. Let's see, James, anybody checked out my Serpentor unboxing video? I haven't, but I would like to, because I'd like to see it, so I'm glad you were able to do that. I'll look for it. Apparently, James has a Serpentor unboxing video, so that is something that a lot of us are interested in, so make sure you check out that. Hello, who we got here? Datalinks and Johnny and John Ulrich and Chromius, and it's Chris from Comic Tropes. Hello, Chris from Comic Tropes. Thank you very much for being here. It's always nice to see you. I exchanged messages with our friend Kevin from Peg Warmers this evening, so thank you for being here. I have stuff. Let me show some of the stuff that we've got to get through. I've got stuff from Assembly Required here that I picked up. So I'll show that. If you watched a Toy Kind of Moods show where I was a guest, I've shown this stuff before, but I will show it to you guys in case you missed it. You see, okay, good. Some folks have seen it. In addition to the Assembly Required stuff, which I will show you, I also have the new classified Sergeant Slaughter. Now, a lot of folks have already opened this and shown it to you and done videos, but I haven't yet. I've been holding on to this thing for a while because I wanted to open it for a live show like this, but then I canceled last week, so I've still been holding on to it. So I've got this, and I also have the Action Force version, so I can kind of put them side by side. I was deeply curious about how these two compare, so we will check that out. Hello, hey, it's Rob Irizarry. It's nice to see Rob. Yes, I did start a little bit early. Hello, Rob Vegas. It's Rob and Rob. So we got some Robs, we got some Mikes, and we got at least one Chris. We usually have more Chris's. Let's let the Chris's show up. Did I say hello to Hans? I don't know. But if not, hello, Hans. It's always nice to see Hans here. Also, I have another blind box to open. So let's see if we can get lucky and get a G.I. Joe action figure out of this blind box. So far, zero luck. I will, however, add that at my local store where I get these, there's a display, and this display has like little sample figures in the display. I say has, I mean had, because somebody has stolen all of the sample figures out of the display. So that was amusing. But this I did not steal. I paid for it. This is legal and legitimate, and we will open it. There is a cat who is resting right over there, and had better not don't destroy my stuff for a change. So yes, we are doing things. What are two things. Two things first before we get started with all of that. Two important things. Numero uno. Our friend Timmer from the YouTube show Half the Battle is doing his charity drive. In the description of this live video is a link to his charity video that has instructions on how to participate. I will be participating, and this is a really nice thing that the community does every year. It's for charity. It's to help children. I think it's a really great thing. So that is still going on. We still got a couple more weeks of that. And I am donating a prize for the drawing at the end of it. So do help with that if you can. It's very easy. You don't have to send Timmer any money. You just have to make a donation and then send proof of your donation to be entered in the drawing. So I will be doing that. I hope you will as well. Also, today is Tuesday. That means there is a new Half the Battle video. So Timmer has his new video, and I believe it was top 7 toys that he owns. So it's Timmer's favorite toys, and I was mentioned in that video because I helped him get one of those favorite toys. So yeah, it's new Half the Battle video day, and Timmer's charity thing still ongoing. Another thing, since we have a Sergeant Slaughter theme here, the YouTube channel Sergeant Slaughter Slaughterhouse. The guy who runs that channel, Xaxyl, he's got a GoFundMe he's trying to get from Australia to the United States for JoeFest next year. So I have donated to that, and if that's something you're interested in, I encourage you to check that out as well. Hey, it is Peg Warmers. Speak of the devil. It's Peg Warmers. How do you do there, Peg Warmers? It's nice to see you. Always love your show and everything you do, and it's always really nice to see you here. And Peg Warmer is still waiting for his classified Sarge. Well, I will give you a sneak preview of yonder classified Sarge. Hello, there's let's see, Ryan Sweeney. Hello, Ryan. By the way, hello, all you legends in the chat. Also, good evening. Yeah, good evening to you. You also are legend. I guess we're all legends. This is a chat of legends. Hello, Nyquist. Nice to see Nyquist here. I think I missed Joshua. I didn't say hello to Joshua, but hello, Joshua. Yeah, Xaxyl is an awesome dude. So if you would like to perhaps meet Xaxyl in person at JoeFest next year, check out that link. Oh, thank you, Comic Tropes. Which is the best overall classified figure? That's a difficult question. I really liked the Stalker because, I mean, that's my favorite character. But let's see, this Spirit is a really excellent figure. So, and like, look at all those accessories, and the accessories all work together and are holstered, and he's got the eagle, and the eagle has multiple wings. For me, it's hard to beat that one. That is just an amazing figure, the Spirit figure. But the Baroness figure, the one that came with the coil motorcycle, also really, really good. That is a very high quality figure. So there's some competition there. Oh, yes, Rob says us Aussies are pretty cool. That is true, yes. Actually, all the Australian people that I know have been really actually quite nice. Don't break my stuff. I'm sorry, the cat is actively trying to destroy my stuff. Yes, he's being extra destructive this evening. Please don't break anything for a change. Hello, Sparkster. Hey, nice to see you there, Sparkster. Okay, just don't break anything. All right, where was I? Okay, so Timur, Xaxyl, and two more pieces of news. Yes, that's Alistair's cameo. He took a break from destroying things to, just be on the show for a minute. I got a notice, and I know several other people got a notice, that Dr. Mindbender, the classified Dr. Mindbender figure, will be shipping soon. Oh, thank you, the Killer Weezer. Howdy, Commander from Freezing, Texas. Not big on classifieds, but the Big Ben looks most impressive to me. Yes, and I like Big Ben. I mean, I like the figure. I like the original figure. So it'd be really interesting to get that one in a larger scale. It's also freezing here, too. It's like really cold. Oh, thank you, Ryan Sweeney, for the super chat. Here is the link to Xaxyl. Get to also thank you, HCC, for sharing. Okay, I got you. I understand what you mean. The link for Xaxyl's GoFundMe, also thank you, HCC. That's what you meant. And thank you for the super chat. Thank you for being cool, because I just like you, and I like Xaxyl too. So I hope that I hope he's able to meet his goal, because I have every intention of being at JoeFest in Augusta, Georgia next year, and I would love to meet him in person. That would be pretty awesome. Hello, Exploriso. How do you do? Thank you very much for being here. So Dr. Mindbender will ship soon. Also, there have been some rumors that the Sky Striker is going to be arriving in the United States soon, and therefore, I guess, should ship out shortly thereafter. So we could get a Sky Striker in the not too distant future. That's what the rumor is. So those little pieces of news. I am not your G.I. Joe news source. I'm terrible as a journalist. I forget news items all the time. Other news items just get right by me. There are some channels that are really, really good at keeping up with the news. I don't keep up with it really all that well. But at least I try to give you the most recent news that I was able to find today. So that's the news. That's Morse code. I also just ripped off What's on Joe Mind. That's the key to success. That's the key to success on the internet. You find what somebody else is doing and rip it off. That's how you do it. if you're saying that you're ripping it off, though, it kind of it's kind of a giveaway. It's kind of a dead giveaway there if you actually say, I'm ripping this off from somebody. But you can be a little more sly about it. You can be a little more secretive about it. Yes, Sergeant Slaughterhouse called me a disease. That is accurate. Thank you very much, sir. At ease to you as well. Destro owns Mars, of the chocolate company. Mars made Snickers. See, that's what I'm saying. It's a you can do more than one thing. You can build weapons and make candy bars. So okay, that's the news. That's the news. We'll get through this faster than I thought. We'll be fine. Rob says I owe them a nickel. That's a good point. Hey, I'll put a nickel in an envelope and I'll send that off in the mail. Just check your mailbox in a few days. You'll definitely find a nickel in there. Just keep watching it. Keep watching it. Let me show you a few things that I picked up at Assembly Required. So the weekend before last, I was in Des Moines, Iowa for Assembly Required. That is a convention that they've been doing for quite a long time. It was a lot of fun, and I was able to see a lot of people that I know and that I care about, and it was really nice. It was really nice. Don't destroy anything. Don't do it. So at Assembly Required, I didn't get toys. I didn't really even have the intention of getting toys. But I did get a few other things. So I'll show you the things that I got. Is the doot really Morse code? Yes, Josiah. And thank you for the super chat. Yes, it absolutely is, Josiah. In fact, play this back slowly and decode this message. That's a special one for you, Josiah. That one's special for you. Don't tell anybody else. But you'll have to play that back really slow. And decode that. You do that later. We're live right now. Can't do it right now. We're live. But later, play that back at low speed and decode that. And it's special message for you. Okay. So here's something that somebody gave me. Ritz Murphy gave me this CD of his, so that's really cool. I haven't had a chance to listen to it yet because I actually haven't. It was with stuff when I was driving home, so I didn't listen to it driving home. And since then, I realized I don't have a standalone CD player. I think the only CD player I have is in my car. So anyway, but I'll listen to this in the car, apparently, since that's how we're doing CDs nowadays. I got this from Mark II Designs. Let's see. Let me hold that up and see if you can scan that code. Scan the code. Scan it fast. So this they had some customs there that were really amazing. Some custom 6-inch classified scale Cobra ferrets. There was a really sweet 6-inch scale custom shark, like the 1984 shark. But unlike the 1984 shark that had Deep Six was supposed to lay down in the prone position, this one was a two-seater. It was really cool. So yeah, I got the card so I could check these guys out, and now you can check them out as well. I did. Let's. Let's show this. James Kavanaugh, noted author James Kavanaugh, author of the book that I grabbed it. The author of this very James Kavanaugh here, author of this book and others. He is heading up the unofficial G.I. Joe fan club. So I picked up some of their stuff, just some of their items and literature. I did sign up for the fan club, so they're gonna be sending some stuff out to fan club members, and they've got this. This is a sample. It's a sample, but like a sort of like a sample newsletter. And this to me is kind of special because, as a kid, I didn't get in on like the Mobile Strike team or whatever they called, like the little fan club thing that they had back in the early 80s. I missed out on all of that. Not because I wasn't around, but because I didn't send off for anything. My parents did not like us to send off for mail away stuff. Thank you, Josiah. How great was the custom Dreadnought flag at JoeFest? Yeah, that was amazing. Going back a little bit farther to JoeFest, there was a flag, and it was a custom like steampunk Dreadnought theme flag, and it was like all post-apocalyptic looking. That was incredible. That was incredible. There's a lot of work went into that. That was amazing. Hans says, is James looking for art? I work cheap, biscuits and goodwill. And Hans, you do good work. You do good work. I've seen it. I don't know if he is, but you know what? It's worth checking. Let's see. The fan club is on the social medias and at GIJoeFanClub.com. So that's probably the most likely way to reach James, and it would be worth checking. You know, it would be worth asking. So I got some fan club stuff. I'm putting the James Kavanaugh stuff together so I don't lose it. I also got. I'll show that last. I got. This is After Action Report. This is a book. This is by Josh Eggebine and Roger Taft, and Josh was there. Josh was at the show. This is Volume 2. I already have Volume 1. It's right up there. As you guys may be aware, I value print resources for G.I. Joe. For research purposes, it is fantastic. Not everything is on the internet, and even if it is on the internet, it's not necessarily all in one place and easy to access. So print resources are incredibly valuable. This is Volume 2, and After Action Report covers the comic book. And this covers, let me make sure, the Devil's Due era 2001 to 2008. And this is especially important for me because I totally missed out on that era. So I am not very familiar with that era of the comic book series. So this is very helpful. And it came with some stuff. It came with some extra stuff. You don't mess that up. I'm serious. Don't mess that up. Volume 3, I understand the Kickstarter is live, and I believe that's already funded. I believe it got funded already. And Volume 3, I believe, is going to cover the IDW era. Thank you, Matt Rubin. I got a notice that Classified Mindbender was shipping soon. Anyone else? Yes, Matt. I also got that notice. Hey, why don't you just stay there like a parrot? But I also got like the After Action Report dog tag, and he's really not going to let me do this. He's really getting irritated with me. But other material that came with it. So and it was nice to see Josh again. I got to hang out with him a little bit. I also hung out with him at JoeFest. So this was really awesome. It was great to get it. Right? Right. That's right. Okay, fine. He's getting really mad. He's really mad now. Okay. Oh, what did I miss? 2 announcements for channel. If you'd like them announcements for me, let me know what they are. But in the meantime, let me move on to show you the last thing that I have from Assembly Required. This is something that I did purchase, and this is a really nice. I'll leave it in plastic. A really nice print of a Steel Brigade by Ron Rudat, and it is, it is signed to me along with his card. So yeah, Ron Rudat was there. It's always nice to see Ron. Ron Rudat is just a really nice guy. Very easy if you have very easy to talk to. If you have a chance to go to a show or a convention or anything where he has a table, I do recommend meeting him. Talk to him about his time on G.I. Joe and the other things that he does. He was also part of a panel, and so was Josh. And Dan Klingon-Smith and Skinny all did a panel, like the first panel of the show. Yeah, I did get to see Ron. I got to talk with him a bit, and I got a print from him. So that kind of thing is important to me, and that's really what I'm trying to spend my money on is people that I care about and people that I want to support. Let's see. Cobra Island says, Thanksgiving I'm reviewing the Weather Dominator from the Revenge of Cobra miniseries. That's number 1. That is cool. I don't have that, so I always like to see reviews of things that I don't already have. So that's number 1. That's number 1. Let's see, and number 2, 19 subs away from my goal of 200 subs by New Year's Day. Okay, so 19 subs away. So if you'd like to help Cobra Island, his YouTube channel is called Cobra Island, as you can imagine. So you can check that out. Oh, Josiah sends a super chat. Thank you, TeePublic, for best non-cosplay convention clothes. That's by the way, thank you, Josiah, that reminds me of something. I also got this at Assembly Required. It's this exclusive t-shirt that they had. It's McConnell's Rock and Roll Surf Bar, Malibu, California. So what's funny is that I'll wear this and people will think I got it in Malibu, California. No. Rock and Roll is from Malibu, McConnell. So I really liked it. I like the design, and I think it's really clever. So I had to get it. I really love it. One more thing about Assembly Required before I forget. They did announce, of course, they will do it again next year. The theme for next year will be the Dreadnoks. And I know a lot of you guys out there are Dreadnok fans. So if you have not been to Assembly Required in Des Moines, Iowa, they usually do it in early November. And it's a really fun show. I will always try to be there. So if you'd like to meet me, I would love to meet you. So check out Assembly Required next year. And I believe that's all I had from Assembly Required this year. 18 subs away. There you go. See now Cobra Island's mentioning of subs makes me think of Subway sandwiches, and now I kind of want a Subway sandwich. I wouldn't mind 18 Subway sandwiches. I could eat that. I'm a little hungry. I could eat 18 Subway sandwiches. Island of Fake Toy Collectors, how do you do? 17 away, there you go. See, we're ticking them right off. So, okay, I think that's it. I'm just really trying to not miss stuff. Sparkster's. I think Sparkster's talking about Transformers, talking about those transforming robots. That's okay. This is a robot welcoming zone. It's okay for robots to come in. We do serve their kind in here. Going to share any of those sandwiches with Alistair? Good question, Sparkster. I think he would probably steal them, even if I didn't share them. Hello, Michael. How do you do? BMT or Kolka? I'll probably go with the BMT. Well, you know what? If I'm getting 18 sandwiches, I'll get both. They don't have to be all one kind. BLT. I'll tell you what I like to do. I like to get a turkey club, add bacon. I don't know what it is about turkey and bacon and why it goes so well together, but it's like turkey and bacon were meant for each other. It's like if a turkey and a pig had like babies. Let's discontinue that conversation. Killer Reezer says, what about Legos? I allow Legos too, except as your Lego fans will obtusely point out, the plural of Lego is Lego. That's amusing, isn't it? So yeah, Lego, like I've got, well I don't have Lego in here. What I have is knockoff. I got knockoff Legos. But yeah, I'll allow it. So that's it for assembly required. I am ready to talk Sergeant Slaughter. I could see turkey, bacon, and ranch. I think that would work. I'm ready. I'm ready to talk about Sergeant Slaughter. Sparkster built the Striker out of Lego bricks. That's cool. Troublemaker Brick says, my channel is about Lego. Get out! I'm kidding. You can stay. No, you can stay. Lego is fine. Plural of Lego is Legi. So let's you could bring your Legi in here. Bring all the Legi. Build a giant Lego with your Legi. Let's talk about Sergeant Slaughter. Let's talk about Sergeant Slaughter. So I have two here. This is the classified one that I just got. Okay, I didn't just get it. I got it like 2 weeks ago. I was going to open this last week on the live show, but of course I didn't do the live show last week, so we're opening it this week. So we're going to open this. I have not opened it yet. I haven't seen it. I also have the Action Force Sergeant Slaughter that I got last year. When did I get this? I forget. But I got it some time ago. So I want to compare these two and just see, not necessarily which one's better, but what are the differences. It's impossible to say which one's better because you'll have preferences, either way. But I would like to see what the differences are and how they are similar. So let's take a look at those. I have already reviewed the Action Force one, so I'm just going to take it out of the box here real quick. Hello, Brandon Knight. Nice to see you. Thank you for being here. Hello, Jose and Thane Woods, and anybody else who snuck in here. Some of the knockoff Lego sets don't look good. Yes, I agree. Now, I won't deny I've gotten a lot of amusement out of those. The quality is questionable, but I still have had a lot of fun putting them together for the show. Hey, what's on Joe Mine? Where are the hell are the seeing cats? He was just right here. He was sitting on my shoulder a second. He might be back later. Stay tuned. Stay tuned. He might be back later. Hello, Bubble Rack Memories. How do you do? How's the charity drive going? That's a good question. I don't have an update from Timmer on how the charity drive's going, but at the beginning of the show, I did say that the link for Timmer's charity video with the instructions is in the description of this live video, so please do check that out. White Vegito, call sign Longbow, last day to pre-order, and I did pre-order. Thank you. See, this is what I'm saying. Like, I'm not good at reporting the news. Thank you, White Vegeta. Call sign Longbow, an O-ring action figure Kickstarter is in pre-order. You can pre-order. Today is the last day for it. I wish I had grabbed that link, but it's easy enough. You can just Google call sign Longbow. You will find it. I promise. I swear. And make sure you check that one out too. That is one that I was able to get in on. I wasn't sure that I would be able to get on it, but I did. So you can pre-order that as well. So as I was saying, since I have already reviewed the Action Force Sergeant Slaughter, I'm going to just go ahead and take it out. I'm not going to do a whole thing on it since we've already looked at it. The Action Force one has, it has the sunglasses and multiple hands. See, this is why I gotta not mess with stuff. So this one comes with multiple hands, and it has this knife with the eagle head, and it has this giant, dirty, hairy revolver, and the sunglasses. The sunglasses are quite delicate, as I pointed out. And I believe the Classified Sergeant Slaughter also has removable sunglasses. So I'm going to try to carefully put these on his face. And the hat fell off. Okay, something like that. Okay. No. Okay. Okay. It's as I pointed out in my review, it can be a challenge to keep the sunglasses on. But there is your Sergeant Slaughter, and they're not straight. That's as close as I get it. There is your Sergeant Slaughter from Action Force. So there's that. I am really going to try to not lose those sunglasses, because I am sure someday when we're all looking back at this and trying to complete these figures, it's the sunglasses that will be the frequently missing piece. And they are so tiny, if they fell on the floor, they would instantly evaporate. So he's got this quick draw holster for the revolver. I'm going to put that in. So he at least have the accessories that he normally, carries on him. And he includes a figure stand, but I am not going to get the figure stand out right now. I've already reviewed this, so I'm not going to rehash all that, but I want to have him here. He'll stand there, even though you can't see him. Now you can see him, sort of. Stand there, Sarge. Okay, and then, and I apologize, when I'm doing this, I have a hard time reading the live chat, so I apologize. I will probably miss some of your comments. Hey, it's JLS Comics. Nice to see you, JLS Comics. Thank you very much for being here. See, I can't do it. And Dave C, nice to see you. Thank you also for being here. And Sean Beckett. Let's see, which way does the hat go? I guess the hat goes either way. And then maybe I should break out the figure stand. I just want him to stand there. That's all I want. I just want him to stand there, because I got to take out the other one. Okay. Well, no, it's just gonna fall. I'm gonna put him right here. All right, stay there. Okay. Anyway, The bullet came with Pursuit of Cobra. Low light was absorbed into the fibers of my carpet. Yes, that is, I believe the Watsanjo Mine guys called that accessory pre-lost. Just imagine a bullet in the scale for the 4-inch figures. They actually made that an accessory. That's amazing. Okay, so this, okay, first of all, the packaging, this is our windowless packaging, art by Adam Riches. I am glad that they got an artist that Joe fans are familiar with. He did a lot of the artwork on packaging for G.I. Joe, over the last, I don't know, couple decades. So there's that. Good artwork, and it's basically artwork of different styles and different eras and genres of Sergeant Slaughter. So nice artwork there. We've got these symbols. Let's see. That's that's 5 stars in a swimming pool. That means a fist bump. That's a fist bump. This one means he's getting a good Wi-Fi signal. And what is this one? This one means he hates rectangles. So let's open it. This is actually the first of the... hello, Oren Pax. Nice to see you. Thank you for being here. This is the first of the windowless packages that I've opened. I have not opened one of these before. Oh, I see. So, all right. He's in a tray. He's in a tray. There's the figure. And there is a box, a separate box. Now, you know one thing I do like about this? You know what this doesn't have? It doesn't have the generic poster artwork that we have seen in so many other classified, like just generic poster artwork. This actually has a purpose. It has a purpose. It shows off what the figure inside should look like. So we have a figure. Let me see if I can. Let me attempt to get some of this in frame at least. And now I really can't see the live chat. Sorry about that, guys. Yeah, classified symbols are weird. So, there's tape. There's tape. Where's my sharp thing? Here's my sharp thing. I gotta cut the tape. There we go. Okay, so let me take the... Well, I don't know. Let me just open it, okay? Let's start by just opening it. So we've got accessories. Oh, this is cool. We have cardboard. And on the cardboard we have the swagger stick and the whistle. That's very vintage like. You know what I didn't do? I didn't get the vintage figure. I should have done that. Oh, Killer Weezer, what does it say? New tattoo? Yes. Well, kind of new. I've had it for a little while. But yeah, it's newish. Newish. Let's see. And then, let's see. Oh, wait. Almost discarded this, but this is an accessory, isn't it? Hold on. I gotta cut this open because I think I know what this is. I think I know what it is. Let's try to cut it without cutting me. Yes, it's the sunglasses. So these are kind of infamous on the Action Force figures, so I'm curious how they did the sunglasses on Classified Sarge. What is this? Looks like a weapon. Let's see. Let me use a shorter blade so that I might have some chance of not slashing myself. Thank you all for your patience. I will try to get back to reading the live chat here when I am able. Oh yeah, okay, yeah. We have a weapon. It looks like somewhere in there should be a magazine for it. This looks like, it looks like the Cobra officer's rifle. Where's my Cobra officer? Hang on one sec. Yeah. Okay, so is it the same? Yeah, okay, so this is the Cobra Officer's assault rifle. So there are the two. If I can get the stop the glare, there are the two side by side. So they're repurposing the Cobra Officer assault rifle. Oh, thank you, Robert Monty. Hey, HCC. Rumor is HasLab Sky Striker is shipping. Yes, I heard that rumor as well. I haven't got the notice yet, but what I read was that it's being shipped to the United States, after which it should be shipped to us, I assume. All right, this is in tissue paper, and it looks like there's no way to access it without ripping the tissue paper, which I guess is okay. I'm ripping it. Yeah, mint in box and mint in sealed bag collectors. Look away. Look away. I am ripping the tissue paper. Put that in there. Okay, yeah. The only other thing in the box is the legal disclaimers and such. Okay, let's there we go. Ah, the hands. The many, many hands of Sergeant Slaughter. Okay, all right, yes. Yes, and then also in here is the mini carded Sergeant Slaughter. Amusing because the Sergeant Slaughter didn't come on a card until version 4, but even so, it's got the magazine for the assault rifle, which should go in which way? This way? Yeah, okay. So, magazine for the assault rifle, and then the little laser sight thing that tabs in right there. Alright, so there is the assembled assault rifle, and it does look, to my eye, the same as the Cobra Officer's rifle. I guess that's alright. There's enough other stuff that comes with this Sergeant Slaughter that I don't mind that so much. But if he didn't have a lot of other accessories, it might bother me to get a repurposed assault rifle for him. Alright, so let me carefully... Good grief, this tape is amazingly strong. Let's see. There we go. Let's take out the whistle. There is the whistle. And the swagger stick. There we go. Alright, so the swagger stick has this little, sort of like a tassel at the end. I'm not sure what that's supposed to be. Also, my lighting here isn't that great, so it's hard to tell. But anyway, there's the swagger stick. The swagger stick. And yeah, and then we got the extra hands. That's pretty grotesque. Looks like somebody severed a bunch of hands. That's nasty, but you know, it's fine. I am not the biggest fan of extra hands on action figures. I know people like them, and I know why. But I like a hand that'll hold the weapons, and I don't necessarily need to, different hand poses. That's just my personal preference. And again, I'm sorry, I seriously cannot read the live chat. If a super chat pops up, I can kind of see that, and I can't read it unless I move my screen, but I can at least see it. So I apologize. Hang loose with me while we let me take the Sarge himself out of his cardboard coffin. This is somewhat reminiscent of the 60s G.I. Joe that came in those cardboard coffin boxes. So yeah, this is my first windowless box for a classified figure, and I think this. I mean, this is one that illustrates the potential strength of the windowless boxes, because it gives you some real estate for some great art, which is, if the art is good, then the box is good. However, if the art is not so good or not to your personal liking, then you've got more real estate for art that you don't really like. So that it's a bit of a catch-22. If you get, well, it's not a catch-22. It's a two-edged sword. I'm trying to find the correct metaphor, but it's a two-edged sword. It can be good in that you have more real estate for good artwork, or it can be bad in that you are forced to look at more bad artwork, or I shouldn't say bad, artwork that is not to your personal preference. So there's Sarge himself. There is, let's see, there is one Sarge next to the other, and well, I'm going to turn these around so I can see them a little bit better. Just for a second, then I'll turn them back to you. And yes, the first things that I noticed is they fixed one of my issues with the Action Force Sergeant Slaughter, and that is that the classified Sergeant Slaughter is taller. So this is like a more true 6-inch figure, but this is a figure that's going to be more in scale with the rest of the classified series, because Sergeant Slaughter as a character should be taller than the average figure. This is about the size of the average figure, but it's, putting him in a lineup with your classified figures, the Action Force figure looks, he's not short. He's not shorter than those figures, but he looks like, he ought to be taller, and he isn't. So that is something that kind of stood out to me. And that's something that they have fixed on the classified Sergeant Slaughter. Now, for some people, that's not going to matter. So it just really depends on if that is a priority of yours or not. Another thing that I noticed, it's kind of obvious, is that the Valaverse Action Force Sergeant Slaughter is a bit more true to life in his in his bald head and his hairline. This is made to look more like the animated series character. So he and like the early action figures. So he has a full head of brown hair, and honestly, this hairline was pretty generous for Sergeant Slaughter even in 1986. But we're going for the fictional G.I. Joe version of Sergeant Slaughter. So this guy is supposed to look more like your animated series Sergeant Slaughter. What I mean is, hello, Zim Man, how do you do? Hello, Joker, nice to see you. Thank you for being here. I'm sorry if anybody snuck in and I wasn't able to say hi. It's really difficult for me to read the live chat. So anyway, there's that. For me, the size was kind of important, but for other collectors, it may not be so much. Next thing I noticed is the Action Force hat is a hard plastic, and this was a little bone of contention that I had with early classified figures, because I think these hard plastic hats do not fit and stay on the figure as well as a soft plastic hat would, and the classified Sergeant Slaughter hat is a softer plastic. Let's see how that rests on the head. See, with this, you can press it on the head and it will stay. That that's not going to fall off. This one, yeah, this one does. Again, it really depends on how important that is to you. It may not be important at all. But the early classified figures that had the hard plastic hats, I really kind of was hoping that they would change that, and they did. So I do appreciate that update. Josiah sends super chat. What's on Joe Mind live Friday nights. Thank you, Josiah, for the super chat, and thank you for reminding us to watch What's on Joe Mind live on Friday nights. I've had a hard time keeping up with everybody else's shows, but I'm gonna fix that. I'm gonna work that. I was able to catch some of Comic Tropes' live show last night, and I'm really going to try to catch What's on Joe Mind on Friday. So I apologize to everyone for having such a hard time keeping up with everybody's show. That's just my life. So now let's look at the sunglasses. Let's see, how are these supposed to go on? They are just sunglasses. There is no peg. There is no slot or anything to peg them on. They are in a slightly more flexible plastic than this one. And they are actually gripping on the face pretty well. The thing with the sunglasses, where is he? Pimp Daddy, I'm sorry, Prophet Director Destro, wherever he was. Oh yeah, here he is. He also included like little sunglasses, and they're so tiny. I don't know that there's any way to do them really well. But this one is at least staying on his face reasonably well. Yeah, hasn't fallen off. And I mean, this is the Action Force version, and there goes the hat. And it's the same deal. There's not really a good way to peg on glasses in a way that isn't obvious and doesn't either put a dent in the head or do something weird with the glasses. So that's a challenge, but this is not bad. It's holding on pretty well. Oh, what's this? The Killer Weezer. Thank you, the Killer Weezer. Hey, he just plugged the damn show. I did plug the damn show. I need to plug the damn show more often. I need to show up for the damn show. I feel really bad. People show up for my show, and then I have stuff going on, and I haven't been able to show up for other people's show. But I'm gonna do better. I am gonna do better at that. I'm determined. So let's take this off for a second. Oh wow! I took the hat off, and it did not knock the glasses off. That is nice. He has a whistle like the vintage figure, but I think if I put the whistle on, it will knock those glasses off. So the whistle goes on like the vintage figure, goes on around his neck. There we go. Let's put this back on. You just have, you have to put them on the figure like putting glasses on a human. You have to put them over his ears and over his nose, and it's plastic, so it doesn't give very much, so you just kind of have to hope that it stays. And then the hat has the sergeant's chevrons on the front, so you can tell the front and back. On the Action Force one, it looks like it goes either way. Yeah, it doesn't look like there is a front or the back, or a back. It looks like it goes either way. Let me carefully put it back on. There we go. But yeah, the Smokey the Bear hat looks all right. It looks even better if I put it on straight. There we go. All right, so we're starting to look like Sergeant Slaughter now. Oh, hold on, I can see that, but I can't read it. Thank you, Josiah, for the super chat. Mad Libs next week. Thank you for reminding me of Mad Libs. I forgot again. Oh my, I'm the worst. I'm the worst host You should unsubscribe now. And don't resubscribe until I get to the Mad Libs. Yeah, let's do Mad Libs next week. Let's do it. Okay, so immediately, I have to point out the hands that are on the figure are 2 fist hands. So 2 closed fists. And those joints are tight. That's fine. They're supposed to be. They're supposed to be tight. But with the closed fists, of course, he can fight Cobra bats, but he cannot hold any of his stuff. So I am going to take out the right fist hand, and I will put in the right hand that is shaped to hold weapons. So let's see. Let me show. Before I do that, let me show you the hand options. You've got right and left the claw. So this is like grabbing and squeezing boobies. It's like bad, Sarge. Don't do that. That's not appropriate. So the claw hands. We've got right and left. My finger points. And then we have right and left hands for holding accessories. So I'm going to put in the right hand for holding accessories, so I can put some accessories in his hand. Side thing, the claw hands. I have seen some photos with the mini action figure in the claw hand, so you could do it that way. So Sergeant Slaughter can hold a Sergeant Slaughter action figure. But let's see. Let's pop this out. Let's see how difficult and or easy it is. I don't like changing hands because I feel nervous. I feel like I'm gonna break the post off. And I don't want to break the action figure that I just received. So I'm taking off the fist on the right side, and I'm putting on the accessory holding hand. There we go. That wasn't too bad, but it still makes me nervous. I know some collectors really love that. I am not one of them. But if that is important to you, you have hand options. The Action Force Sergeant Slaughter, as I showed you earlier, also has hand options. Oh, now I'm curious. Now I'm curious if the hands are interchangeable. I don't think so. There's the swagger stick. And let's see, what else? The only other thing to put in his hand other than the micro action figure is the assault rifle. Does it slip in easily? Yeah, it is. Actually, that went in pretty well. Let's see. Except the trigger finger on the accessory holding hand doesn't easily go in the trigger guard. So, yeah. That's a big meh. I'm sure they wanted to include some extra accessory with Sergeant Slaughter. It is kind of a premium figure. And I'm sure it was a cost-cutting measure to include an accessory that already came with another figure. And I understand. Sergeant Slaughter, though, does not really have any connection to this weapon in the vintage era. He just doesn't come with anything like this at all. So it's fine. It was a fine accessory on the Cobra officer, and it's fine here. It's just not really specific to Sergeant Slaughter. So there is that, and the minifigure, and we also have, I haven't forgotten, we've got the minifigure to open. This appears to be in a much smaller scale than the minifigures that are the micro figures that we've gotten before. So there is a plastic, kind of a plastic top piece or front piece that wraps around the card in the back, so you can kind of pull that apart and then slide the card out, and there is the really teeny tiny G.I. Joe action figure card. And then there's the plastic piece behind the figure, and here is the figure itself. Yeah, this is much smaller. This is much smaller than the other micro figures that we've gotten. And those micro figures were pretty tiny. I should have him fight Retaliation Era Roadblock. I can arrange that. So that is incredibly tiny, and you could like use the claw hand to put the figure in, and that would take some balancing. So this is so tiny that I'm gonna put it immediately back because it's making me nervous having it out. I thought the glasses would be the frequently missing piece, but this little micro figure is really tiny. So they're doing two things here with Classified Sergeant Slaughter. They are both bringing Sergeant Slaughter into the 6-inch classified era, obviously, but they are also doing like a tribute to Sergeant Slaughter and his contribution to G.I. Joe, and that's the reason for the micro figure. What did I do with the? I've misplaced the little backing on it. Did anybody see where I put that? That's fine. I'll find it later. Anyway, I'm putting that back. So, like, they're doing two things here. This is kind of like breaking the fourth wall. This is like pulling the curtain back, and it's like, yes, this is an actual action figure for an action figure. And that's fine, but like this, for me personally, this is not vital. It's a bonus. It's just a bonus thing. And you know, having bonus things is fine. But the main reason this exists is to make me really nervous that I'm going to drop it and lose it. What did I do with it? I had the little card back here. I'll find it. I'll find it before the cat does. The one other thing I wanted to do. I'm going to put the swagger stick in. That just works better. Put the swagger there. There we go. There's Sarge. There's Sarge with his swagger stick. The one other thing I wanted to see is if these hands were interchangeable, and they don't look like it. But you know, what the heck? It doesn't hurt to try, right? So let's use a left hand. Let's use the Action Force accessory gripping left hand. And let's pop the fist hand out and see if this will fit. I don't think it will, which is fine. But it comes with plenty of hands, right? You don't need any extra. Yeah, it does not fit, so that's expected. I just wanted to try it out for myself, so I have done so. And now my curiosity is sated. So there is Classified Sergeant Slaughter next to Action Force Sergeant Slaughter. I'm pretty pleased. Well, I'm pleased with both. But if I had to pick one, I would go with the classified figure. If for no other reason than the fact that it's taller, and Sergeant Slaughter should be taller next to other classified figures. I actually think that's kind of important. That will not matter to some collectors, so if it doesn't matter to you, then then it doesn't matter. But to me, or for me at least, I wanted a taller Sergeant Slaughter, and this is a taller Sergeant Slaughter. As for articulation, it's comparable. The classified figure does not have like the invisible pins on the elbows and stuff. That's another thing that is important to some collectors, but is not as important to me. The classified figure has the rib cage hinge, which I'm not a fan of, but the Action Force figure has the chest cut articulation, which I'm also not a fan of, so that's a wash. But there you go. So you can make up your own mind, but I really wanted to take a look at this guy. I was really excited to get him. I like Sergeant Slaughter. I'm not a wrestling fan. I think I've mentioned this before. I really don't care too much about professional wrestling, but I'm still a Sergeant Slaughter fan because I like him as a person. I like him as a G.I. Joe character, and I think over the years he has been an excellent ambassador for G.I. Joe. This is a guy who really enjoyed being connected with G.I. Joe and still seems to really enjoy that. So I'm happy to have him back with G.I. Joe now, and that is it. Now I know that it's 8 o'clock right now by my clock, by my time, and I would normally stop, but I'm not going to stop yet. I'm going to first carefully put my Action Force Sergeant Slaughter back in his box, but his hat will have to go on. No, the knife, where'd it go? There it is. Oh, ho, I found it. I dropped it. Okay, I dropped it. Okay, so let's put this back. Let's reassemble our tiny carded action figure. Okay, reassembled. It's safe. I'm putting it in here to keep it safe. All right, so let's put this guy back real quick. There, and the glasses, which fell off, but I found them. Okay. Okay. So as for, which one is preferable, it's really going to depend on your priorities. It's always a trade-off when you make choices for, what to include on an action figure and, what it's going to look like. By making one choice, you inevitably have to forego another choice. So it just really depends on which of those choices fit your personal preferences. I think the classified one fits my personal preferences, but that is not going to be the same for everybody. It really depends on what you're wanting to do with it. Okay. Alright. So I am going to open the minifigure, but I am wanting to not lose my pieces for this Action Force Sarge. Yerp. Back in the box. This is very collector friendly. That's not bad. Here's something to point out. The classified figure is also mostly collector friendly, but you do have to rip open the tissue paper to get the accessories. That's not that big a deal to me because I don't collect things. I open my stuff anyway. But if you are wanting to open it, take it out, but then put it back in, and have it, more or less as it was, when you received it, then that is something that you will have to break open, to tear open, in order to get the stuff out. So something to keep in mind. So there is that. Okay, so it's I'm gonna give just a little bit additional praise to this thing. I'm impressed with how well the glasses are staying on, and the hat. That's really nice to me. Now, it probably doesn't necessarily matter too much because I'm not playing with this figure, right? I'm not running with this figure outside. So if he's out of the package, he's probably going to be on a shelf anyway. So he's not going to be jostling around very much. But it is nice that, you know, I can move him around and yeah, like move the head around even. And those glasses are staying on. I'm impressed. It doesn't seem like they would. They don't seem very much different from the other figure, but these are staying on really well. So credit where it is due. Credit where it is due. That is nice. So I'm going to set him aside, and we are going to begin our final activity for the evening. Hello, Mike. Hello, Megatech Body, and hello, Craig. And oh, thank you, the Killer Weezer. Is your Sky Striker going to Joe or Cobra? I'm going to keep it. It's a good question because you do have multiple options. For those of you who ordered the Sky Striker, I'm going to keep mine as a Joe Sky Striker because I want to do as close as possible to a 1-to-1 comparison with the vintage one. So I want to stack it next to the vintage one, and I want it to be as close to that as I can get. So for my purposes, since I'm going to do a compare and contrast, I will keep it Joe. But you have options. You have options. Okay, let's open the micro figure. Let us cut the tape. Let us cause all mint inbox collectors to weep as we cut the seal for the super secret, incredibly valuable blind box with a blind bag inside it. Wouldn't it be funny if there was just like another blind box inside the blind bag? It's just blind all the way down. Okay, so let's open this. So far, we've got Ninja Turtles. We've gotten He-Man. We have not drawn a G.I. Joe micro figure yet. So let's test our luck tonight and see how we're doing. Let's see. I'm afraid to look. I'm afraid. It doesn't feel like a G.I. Joe to me, but it's hard to tell until I take it out. It is... Oh, it's a... I can't say it. It's a Starscream. It's a Transformer. So there you go. So you Transformers fans, you robot fans, you Robots in Disguise fans, you should be really thrilled now. It's robots are taking over the show. But it is the voice of Cobra Commander though. It's the voice of Cobra Commander. So it's sort of still completely not related to G.I. Joe. So we've done what, 4 or 5 of these, and we still have not drawn a G.I. Joe. Now the G.I. Joe figures are about in this size. They are comparable, but because Comic Tropes was nice enough to send some mini or micro figures, some G.I. Joe figures that he was able to find. So I do have them, and I showed them on the show. So they're about this size. This is much larger than that micro Sergeant Slaughter. In fact, let me pop it back out here. So for scale purposes, let's see. Yeah, see the micro Sergeant Slaughter is I don't know, about 2/3 the size of the micro Starscream. So that I think is interesting. That's fascinating. So what that means ironically is that while the Action Force Sergeant Slaughter is too short for the classified series to set it next to the classified series, the micro Sergeant Slaughter for classified is too short to stack him with the micro blind box G.I. Joe figures. How's that for irony? I'm going to slam this Starscream on the table, and I'm going to say I think irony is a good a good time to wrap up the show. Hello, Juan Toys and Bricks. Nice to see you. Thank you for being there. Or being here. Nice to see you. If you snuck in earlier and I didn't say hello, I'm sorry, but thank you for being here. Tactical AK-47 should be replaced with an M16. I agree with that. I think, like, I do like a lot of the choices they made with this, but that one is a little perplexing. If they were going to give him a reissue weapon, that might not have been the top choice. That's an odd choice. Yes, I agree. But nonetheless, there are some good points. It's like everything else. There are good points, there are bad points, and it really depends on your personal preference, and your priorities, whether you care about one point or the other. But there you have it. There you have it. It is time to wrap up. It is time to wrap up before my voice gives out. This is why I have a hard time doing longer shows, because my voice doesn't hold up. Hello, Nestor. Nice to see you, and thank you for being here. I did not order the Tiger Force Outback, but I have seen some folks who have it, and it does look really good. Daredevil Dave, nice to see you. But thank you for being here. Kevin Mealy, all you guys, I didn't say hello to you, probably because the screen was down here and I didn't see you. But hello and goodbye to everyone that I missed. Thank you guys for watching. We'll do this again next week. I will do my absolute best to remember Mad Libs for next week. I will really try. I want to do it. So be here for that. So thank you, everyone. I will see you next week, and until then, remember that only G.I. Joe is G.I. Joe, and only Sergeant Slaughter is Sergeant Slaughter, but Sergeant Slaughter comes in many different forms. So, a Sergeant Slaughter by any other name is probably Sergeant Slammer or something like that. Anyway, good night, everyone.